Hi,
Yeah, hello.
okay.
How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good too. Actually, I was
Good
waiting
to
for
know.
you at 10:30 CET.
Yeah, it is now it's 10 CET because we switched from summertime, I think.
Okay,
So
so I was just supposing
I'm
about
sorry. Yeah.
the IST, Indian Standard Time. So I was just waiting
Okay.
according to that.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's
there is
not, it's
yeah,
okay.
it is always causes
It's
confusion. Yeah,
okay.
it happened to me last week too. Okay. Yeah, there is an extra hour difference because
Yeah,
we switched from summertime to winter time. So
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, not an issue. Could you please help me? What's your full name?
My name is Daniele,
Daniel. Okay, and where are you
and
from?
I am from Italy. I am
Italy.
from
Okay.
Italy, and I live near Rome.
Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
do you live there since birth?
Well, I was born in Rome, then I left and I moved to Ireland,
Okay.
and I lived in Ireland for many years, and then I returned and I went to live in a small village near
Okay.
Rome. So yeah.
Okay. So, are you an
And
English trainer?
yeah, I work with people on or with professionals who need English. So that's
Okay.
what I do. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, to whom do you train? Like, do you train to adults or do you train to just kids?
No, I right now I only work with adults professionals, and especially in the tech world. So
Okay.
that's what I specialize on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
too just train to most of the professionals like the managers, CEOs, and many other professionals I train here because they just struggle in the second language.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
Yeah. So Daniel, as I just want to ask you the thing, so that in India, that people just struggle to speak in English, and because our native language is Hindi,
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and they just want to polish themselves to speak in English.
Sure.
So
I get it.
I just help them to speak in English from Hindi to English, and I try to clear out some of the facts and some of the tips and tricks and many other different types of things to speak the second language. So I would
Sure.
like to know that from which language do you train?
Right. Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, I mainly work with Italians, obviously, because me being Italian is the main reference point, main market for me. But I also worked with people from Russia, from Spain, and what else? From Dubai. So, yeah, no limit really.
So what
It's
language do they like? What languages do they speak mostly? What is the major language do they speak?
so people who come to me, they mainly speak Italian
Okay.
and Spanish and Russian. So these are the three main categories at the
So
moment. You know,
how do you train? How do you train to the Russians?
I just speak English.
Okay.
There's absolutely no anything I do, it's English only. So we never
Okay.
use
Or
the
if
any other
so,
languages.
if the person doesn't know how to speak, and if the person doesn't know about the English, if they can't understand, so how do you manage such kind of struggle?
Well, that's an interesting point. So I decided to put an entry point, let's say. So
Okay.
for example, everything I do, like everything I post, content, videos, everything is in English. So if you can understand that, we can work together. If not, I can't help you. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm not working with absolute beginners. I don't do it. I used to do it up until 2 years ago,
Okay.
working with 100% beginners. Now I don't do it anymore. I specialize in something slightly different.
Oh, okay.
So that's the idea. Yeah, this is why I only use English,
Okay.
just to cut an entry level.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so Daniel, yeah, so I just want to discuss that as far as I also train to the many professionals. Even recently, I just trained one of the scientists and he used to struggle in English, and he wanted to just polish his English because he just used to deal with many other natives, so that's why he wanted to polish his English. So I trained him a lot, and then he just accomplished all the things. Then as far as I just want to
Nice.
know that people just wonder that basic English is completely necessary for them. What is your opinion being an English expert?
Well, I think, okay, in the field, the people I work with, I mainly work with people in tech
Hmm.
and IT.
Hmm.
And so, as you probably know, tech and
Yeah,
IT
yeah.
are
It,
English speaking
yeah, it's a major
fields. Yeah.
language.
So, exactly. So, obviously, right now, it's impossible to find a job in that field
Hmm.
if you don't know at least basic English.
Hmm.
But then, the more advanced,
Hmm.
the better opportunities you get, of course. So
Yep.
that's the main point. Yeah, like when you move up the ladder,
Hmm.
you go to meetings, you go and you need to present in front of the public, in front of an audience, go meet a client. Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
English. Yeah.
exactly. So now, just being an English native, and you are also belong to the English native country.
I lived in an English speaking country for many years. Yeah.
So
So right.
I want to know, and I'm very curious to know that where do
Sure.
people struggle in a English native country? What do they learn?
Yeah. So there are different orders of challenges, right? So the first challenge is obviously everyday life. You
Hmm.
have to survive. So taking a bus, a taxi, ordering a coffee. But these are the easy things that you learn
Hmm.
day by day. Then the second order of problems is in your professional life,
Hmm.
because you might have a good level of English, you might study it, but then the skills you need for business
No, like
are
the
different.
people
So
consider that the
the
Russians and the Japanese and the Chinese and even Indians, they just wonder that the English native people are very polished in English, and they don't need to learn anything. They don't need to just polish anything because they are very commandable in English language, and that's why they learn Russians and Chinese and Japanese, even Indians learn English in a very desperate manner, that we should know how to speak in English in a very accurate manner by which we could just talk to the English native people. So, and as I have obviously seen, and I have gone through many things, that English native people also learn English to polish themselves in a very professional manner. Then why do they?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so I think it's for two main reasons,
Hmm.
right? So the first one is that English is a global language.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
It's an international
so it's not
language.
like
Yeah.
it's not like only England or Australia.
Yeah.
It's not, it's global,
Yeah.
and there are
I totally
more
agree.
non-native English speakers than actual native speakers. So
Yep.
that's the first reason, I think.
Hmm.
And second, they need to be aware of the way they speak, their pronunciation, if they want to communicate in a global world. So I
Yep.
think it's two ways. So it's us, we need to learn English, but it's also native speakers who need to communicate with non-native speakers. So we need to meet halfway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. So now, just let's discuss about the personality and the public fear. That the public speaking fear. Most of the people just
Yeah.
feel fear to speak in front of the public. So what is your suggestion and what is your opinion on this? Like, does a public speaking related to language, or does a public speaking is a complete different genre?
Right. It's an interesting question. So fear of public speaking is one of the top on the list, right, for everybody. And it's crazy when you think there is no actual danger, so you're not going to die. But at the same time, it's one of the greatest fears people feel. And I believe it is. Of course, there are some elements which are separated from language, but they work in parallel. So for example, if you know you need English or another language for work, for your professional life, it doesn't make sense to only learn the language and neglect all the other parts, like your body, your intonation, the way you use your presence,
Mm.
because you know that when you
Yeah,
are
exactly.
in an international meeting, you need to
Yeah.
influence people.
Mm.
And you don't only influence people with your grammar, you influence
No.
with the way you speak,
Yeah,
intonation,
exactly.
the way you change your rhythm.
Yeah.
And so I think the two are strictly connected.
Mm.
And I always tell people, if you want to improve your English, also improve your public speaking skills. So work on your intonation, work on your clear pronunciation, and in a way you command the room,
Yeah.
with your language and with your body. So it's strictly connected, in my opinion.
Now you tell me that where do your learner struggle? Like in which things do your learner struggle most of the time?
So I think there is a lot of mindset struggle, I think, because it's a bit of a paradox, right? Because in Europe, in Italy, where I live, people study English for many years
Hmm.
at school.
Hmm.
But then what happens is the first time they are in an international meeting, they are unable to speak. So speaking up is the main struggle, the main challenge.
They feel blank.
They might, yes, because like the paradox is that they studied grammar,
Hmm.
and they maybe they be able to tell you, I don't know, like this is second conditional, but then when they need to speak, they just block because they haven't got that confidence.
Could we say,
And
Daniel, could we say, being a language expert, could we say lack of information or lack of speaking ability or lack of speaking habit is the main reason of
yeah,
them?
yes, because basically you study but you never speak,
Hmm.
and school teaches you to study but not to speak, because
Yeah.
you never get opportunities to
School
speak.
only
And
teaches
so
related to the grades, related to the theoretical manner. School never
exactly,
teaches about that how to speak on any topic. They just teaches
yeah,
and they just teach in terms of that how to read, how to write the article, how to write different types of things. So just most of the time in our, obviously in India also, they teach about that how to read and how to write, but they never teach how to connect or how to align the language in terms of speaking. And
exactly,
that's why the people, adults, professionals struggle to speak, struggle to collect the information, struggle to speak more than 1 minute. They say that I don't have anything to speak after 1 minute. So what is your like tips and tricks on this? My viewers will obviously love these type of tips and tricks.
sure, yeah. I mean, the main thing is that you need to put yourself in that situation
Hmm.
before
Yeah.
going to the real thing.
Hmm.
And so, okay, the thing that works best for me is like giving yourself micro targets,
Hmm.
and that are something simple. For example, I always tell people, start by describing your room, right?
Okay.
So you give yourself a micro target. You have to speak for 2 minutes
Exactly.
describing what you see without stopping,
Hmm.
without going
Fillers.
without hesitation,
Hmm.
for 2 minutes. So use a timer, and if possible, record yourself while doing
Exactly.
it
Exactly.
on audio or on video. It's a fast track
Hmm.
to getting to where you want to go, because sometimes we don't have opportunities to speak in these high pressure situations. So you in a way you recreate a high pressure situation
Hmm.
in the comforts of your room.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
so timer and recording yourself, they put a lot of pressure on you,
Okay.
but at the same time
Play a
they
major
help you
role.
get
You can say play a major role. Timer and the recording.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's like when you go to the real world, when you're in a meeting,
Hmm.
you have time pressure because
Yep.
you can't speak for two
Exactly.
hours,
Exactly.
and you have an audience around you. So
Yep.
people are looking at you.
Exactly.
And so when you record yourself with a timer, you are recreating the situation. You have time pressure and you have a virtual audience because you're recording yourself. Could be audio or video, it doesn't matter. But that's a good way to start. Very simple task, like describing your opening your window, what can you see outside?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
describing talking
Yep.
freely.
So according
And
to
then, of
you,
course,
what should a person and which level should a person know to being a proficient speaker or to become a proficient speaker?
okay, right. So if you want to, okay, if you want to talk about levels like, the international level from A1 to C2,
Exactly.
so I think when you have like a B1 or B1 plus, that's a good starting point.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you can already apply for international positions, because then from there you can level up. You have the basics, you know how to build a sentence, you know how to communicate. You just need to polish it so that you can
So where do
know
Russians
how to
struggle?
influence.
Where do Russians struggle? In which part do Russians struggle?
Well, it's I see a lot of cultural mismatch, right? Because obviously, when you think about like Russian workplace, it's a bit more structured in a way, whereas international is more like easygoing in some ways. And so there's a lot of mindset there at work. So like even considering the language, which can be already at a good level, you need to work a lot on the mind. Like, you can do it, it's not so crazy, it's not so different. It's just we need to understand the tricks and how people communicate in a multinational environment.
Yeah.
So I've seen it a lot, I've seen it like, yeah, there's a lot of mind games at play there.
Okay. So you just train them to just polish in terms of proficiency or in terms of skills of speaking. So
Yeah.
okay. So like what is have you ever just trained to any Indian?
Well, no, I have never had the pleasure. I have spoken to many people. I have a podcast, so I interviewed an Indian lady, and it was great. And I've connected with many
The
Indian
Navneet
people.
ma'am as well.
Sorry?
Navneet ma'am. Navneet,
Yeah.
that you have talked to one of the lady, Navneet.
Uh, Let me think. No, her name was Karuna.
Okay, okay. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. Karuna Dwivedi. Dwivedi? Is how you pronounce it? Dwivedi. Yeah, her
Yeah,
surname.
exactly. So,
She lives in America. But yeah, so I've connected with many people from India,
okay.
and it's always great because obviously the tech world is huge in India. So it's
Yeah.
always a pleasure, to get insights from there. But I've never had the pleasure of
Have
working
you
with
visited in
people.
India?
No, it's on my list. It's on my bucket list. I'd love
Okay.
to. I'd love to visit India. My dream is to go and see the Himalaya one day, and to also travel around India. Yeah, I am a fan. For example, I love eating Indian food, and I eat it every week whenever I can.
To whom do you
Uh,
know? To whom do you know the most from India?
Well, I love. Okay, last week I cooked chana sag. It's my one of my favorite dishes. I love chana chat, of course, and I love jalfrezi. I love a lot of of the Indian. Sorry for my bad pronunciation, by the way,
No,
but
it's completely understandable. I am completely, obviously. And just I want to know that to whom do you know of India? Like which person do you know the most? Do you know any big names?
well, big names. No, no,
As
I
far as
can't
I
recall big.
know, Miss Maloney,
Yeah, okay.
your president.
Yeah, Meloni. Yeah, she's very famous these days because she travels around a lot, and she speaks good English. So there you go. She's making herself a name.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Is she a president or a prime minister?
She's prime minister. Yeah,
She's a
we
prime minister.
have. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's
great.
we're parliamentarian republic, so it's a bit different. Yeah.
Yeah,
So she's prime
okay.
minister. Yeah.
So I know Miss Miss Melanie a lot. Like we have watched or we have seen a lot of videos or reels on Instagram of her.
I see. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's quite
many
famous
many
though.
many
Yeah.
reels rotate in India of her. Like
Okay.
when she
Okay.
visits.
That's a surprise. I didn't know that. Okay. Good to
Okay,
know.
and now so like now just tell me that as you just deal with the different types of professionals, so like what do they require and what do they demand to you? Like which type of things do
Yeah.
they demand to polish in English?
So the first thing is outcome, right?
Hmm.
So I work with people who have clear objectives.
Hmm.
So for example, I want to get that job, or I want to travel and apply for that position. So clear outcomes, right? I want to have that promotion. On that you base the kind of work you do. So for example, if it's like, I don't know, if they're struggling to put together their ideas,
Hmm.
you work on that, on logical flow, so how to think in English.
Hmm.
If they know how to speak, but their tone is flat, you work on intonation.
Hmm. Okay.
And if they're lacking the vocabulary, you polish the vocabulary. Yeah.
Okay.
So there are different areas you need to work on,
Hmm.
and it's like you diagnose the problem after you went through the objectives.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the kind of, I feel like a doctor sometimes, right? Because I
Exactly.
know where these people want to get,
The
and
same
then I
thing
need to
the same thing
diagnose.
happens the same thing happens with me, that I feel like a doctor for them, that whenever I just train them to my professionals, to my candidate, so like I just tell them that try to think some information to speak. If you will not speak, so I will not be able to find out the errors. You must
Yeah,
speak by which I could find some errors. If you will not speak, so
exactly.
how will I be able to find the errors? So then they think, and then they start speaking about some of the things. And when they do errors, then I will correct it, that these are the errors that you
Exactly.
are doing while speaking. So you should focus on such kind of errors. Then they just focus on errors. But what if they don't speak? I can't find out any error.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking is the first thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find a way to connect and speak so that,
and
yeah,
then
you
and then
can
they say and then
listen.
they say most of the time that sir, like we feel that it's a problem of language, but it is not the problem of language, it's a problem of information, it's the problem of critical thinking. And then I
Yeah,
the
exactly.
same time I feel that am I a language trainer or am I a doctor?
Exactly. Yeah, because you listen. Okay, yeah. You see, I always have this like pen and paper
Okay,
in
yeah.
front of me right here, so I can scribble down things and jot down ideas while the people are speaking, because I think that's valuable, So
Yeah.
then you go back and say, okay, now let's focus on this. So for example, in tech world, you have
Hmm.
some crazy words to pronounce, like
Hmm.
algorithm, or
Algorithm, yeah.
I don't know, structure. They are
Hmm.
hard to pronounce.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, but at the
Arithmetics, yeah.
same time,
Hmm.
they're important because you use them nearly every day. So you need to know how to pronounce them correctly.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Exactly.
that's the kind of thing,
But but I still wonder that why people like why do people struggle to speak in English? I think English is the easiest language to speak.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is, well, you see,
My
it is
partner,
easy, but at
my
this,
partner, the partner, my like would be wife. So
sure,
she knows French well, and she teaches French language. So
right.
whenever I just see to her while teaching, so I find myself that this is the most difficult language to learn.
Well, French is hard because the grammar is hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
the like French grammar is. I think Italian grammar is harder than
Hmm.
French grammar, but French grammar is not easy. But the problem with English is that you write one thing
Hmm.
and you say something completely different, and this is what people struggle to get.
Yeah.
So, for example, when you come from an Italian background,
Hmm.
in Italian you write
Hmm.
and you read the same. But in English it doesn't work. You
Hmm.
some letters disappears. You have
Hmm.
connected speech. You have linking, elision, whatever, and that's a struggle with pronunciation.
So, how many language do you know how to speak?
So I speak obviously Italian and
Yep.
English. I speak Spanish. I speak a
Okay.
bit of French, and
Okay.
then I knew a few words here and there of Romanian, Portuguese, and German. Well,
Okay.
I couldn't have a conversation. I could have a conversation in Italian, English, and Spanish
In
and
German, it is,
French,
I
but
think,
not.
danke choose. The thing, the thank you word.
Yeah,
Danke is,
Dankeschön. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's useful. One
Yeah.
or two words here and there. They're always useful. I think.
I'm too, yes, curious, like to learn another language. I'm just planning to learn
Yeah.
German language
Nice, nice. Yeah, it is challenging,
because I'm
but
so
it's a
obsessive
beautiful
towards
language.
languages and I like to learn languages a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's great.
Because
Learning languages
it helps
is
to connect to the world.
exactly. Yeah, the
As
more you know,
the more you will explore.
exactly.
As
Yeah, I
like,
agree with you,
look,
Maaz.
we are connected right now because of the language.
Exactly. Otherwise, it would be impossible.
It is impossible to understand my Hindi, and it will be very tough for you to understand. It will be tough for me to just understand your Italian.
Exactly. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to chat.
So just ask me, Daniel, whatever you want to ask me. I'm open for that.
Yeah, exactly. So, so for example, which part of India are you from, Maaz? Because India is
I'm
not just
just
India. India
100
is
kilometer. Yeah, yeah, exactly. India is so big. So I'm just 100 kilometers away from New Delhi.
okay. I see.
It's a
Okay.
it's a district.
So, right. Is it like, does it feel urban or rural? Just
It's a like
curiosity.
a it's a urban.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Because where I live, it feels rural.
Oh, okay. So it's a
Yeah,
urban.
it's more like,
It's a metro city.
right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. And yeah, so how long have you been doing this, Miles? I'm
Like
curious. How long
it
have you
has
been?
been around 12 plus years. Like when I just completed my 12th class, so I started teaching to ninth or to 10th standard student. Then in my grades, so I just used to teach to the students because my both parents are professor.
Oh, I see. So you inherited the
Yeah,
passion
it is
there.
in my
Yeah,
genetics. Even in my
absolutely.
all the ancestors belong to this industry. Like all were teachers, all were professors.
I see.
So, but
And
I did
how,
not want to become a professor. I wanted to
yeah,
become something different by which I could train some people, but will it should be very interesting. So that's why I started language training in back 2012.
right. Okay. Well, yeah, language training is interesting. Yes, definitely. And how do you reach out to your people? Do you like market yourself? Do you use word of mouth?
Yeah, like
Or are you on social media? What do you do? I'm just
yeah.
curious. Yeah.
So here first the thing is that I have my own organization which name is International Institute of Languages,
Okay.
as you can just find in my bio as well, in my Instagram bio.
Sure.
So and here we are providing the training of languages, as I told you that my would be partner, my fiance. So she is a language is a French trainer,
Sure.
and I have some other trainers for Spanish and for German language, and I am the English language expert here. I deal with the English language people who just want to come and want to learn English, so I deal with that. And as well as for the marketing and for the things we generate, so we have a team, dedicated team, that they just deal with the marketing. They have listed our organization on Google, and they have listed our organization many different types of pages or web pages. And I believe in online marketing and in online, I don't believe in offline stuff.
I see. Okay, that's an interesting point.
I'm too friendly with the tech.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because I'm
Because
always curious.
because
Because
techno like if you are friendly with the technology, so technology will help you in many ways, and it helps. And
oh, it does.
I
Yeah,
have seen in many points that technology helps me in many different types of help. And nowadays, like obviously AI is approaching to us, and AI is everywhere, so we should know how to use AI. And we just added many of the things with the help of the AI, like system managements and
yeah,
designings. So I also believe, and I always say to my candidates that use AI to just rid of some of the work. Don't believe in manual works. Like don't try to do manual works all the time. Do you believe it in
yeah.
manual work?
Nope. Look, 10 years ago, I was working in an American multinational company,
Hmm.
and we were working on automation projects.
Hmm.
So imagine, like,
Hmm.
even without AI, we were just writing software to automate internal processes.
Hmm.
And I was writing the workflows.
Okay.
So I obviously strongly believe in automation,
Yep.
and I'm using it a lot these days. I'm trying to automate as much as possible what I do, especially because it's only me. I'm on my own,
Yep.
so I
Exactly.
haven't got a team. I haven't got a assistant. It's just me. So the more I automate, the more I get to do things. To
Yep.
do stuff. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's the idea. So absolutely,
It's a
100%
very
with you.
very like interesting to know, and I like feel so good when I connect with the same people who just have the same mindset which I have, and we feel some
Absolutely.
alignment.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, so I was curious when you wrote me, because I am kind of new on Instagram. So, and I'm not really active there. I publish a lot because I have a lot of shorts and a lot of materials. But when I got your message, okay, so that's interesting. Because when I started, I didn't know if that would work. Like, because I am active on LinkedIn. That's my main platform, the main marketing
Got
tool I
it.
use, and also the to
Okay.
connect to people. Well, Instagram
I
is kind
have
of
my
new.
LinkedIn and very like active LinkedIn profile. So I too
Okay,
active on
good
LinkedIn
one.
a lot. So
Well,
we'll connect on that.
absolutely, yeah, that would be a pleasure. Yeah.
Yep.
And so yeah, that was an interesting one, also coming from Instagram. I didn't expect that. But yeah, so it is great. And so right now you only work with adult professionals, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. That's just yeah, just curious again. Cool, man.
And
That's an
even
interesting.
I actually when I just started my journey, so then I got to know many things about English language. So
Yep.
I wanted to just take some recognitions from some of the bodies or some of the organization. So there is a one exam of Cambridge assessment that the
Sure.
trainers do. So I
Yep.
opted out that Cambridge assessment for me in back 2016, and then I completed that assessment, by which I could be able to provide more filtered and more quality trainings to my candidate. So that's
Makes sense.
I always like feel, or I always be very curious to know more, to deliver more polished things to my candidates, because here they come to just take some hope that we will learn something new, and we will like be proficient after listening or after completing our things. And then obviously I just feel that I should provide some of the quality content, quality trainings, and some of the related things.
Yes, absolutely. You have to be on top of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like continuous learning and finding as well like creative ways to teach. That's
Hmm.
something that we need to work on. And also, you mentioned AI, so many people think, oh, I don't need to study languages anymore because I have AI.
then what do you think about the future of language learners?
Well, so it's an interesting one because obviously AI will make things easier,
Okay.
like instant translation and these sort of things. But I think that the human factor will remain, because if you want to influence people, if you want to travel around, if you want to be in a
Have you
meeting
wondered
and be
about it?
recognized, you know,
Sorry to interrupt. That
absolutely.
have you ever wondered about that? Will AI take our place in future?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I've always thought of that. It will up to a certain level. So it means that like everyday conversation will be much easier.
Hmm.
But then when you want to influence and use your voice,
Hmm.
AI will not replace your intonation. AI will not be able to use your like your choice of words, your
Exactly.
style, you know.
Hmm.
So I know they're working on that. I know I've seen some interesting models using AI agents trying to
Yep.
replicate the style.
There are
But at the same time, you know,
multiple apps related to AI, and they are claiming that they are the best language provider. But
yeah, yeah,
as same as the people should know how to use it.
exactly. And I still think, you know, like when you go to a job interview,
Yeah,
it's you.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's you.
you can't use an AI translator because
Exactly.
people will look and say, no,
The
man, you
interview
know,
will
like
not obviously be a AI. The interview will be a
I don't think
person.
so. I don't think so. Well, maybe in some day, in some years, we see it, and then I will go like, okay, no, I was wrong. But I still think that when you go to a job interview, it's you, right? And it's your voice that you have to use, your language, your hands, your face, your
All the
intonation.
expressions.
So, so that part, I think that part will never be replaced by AI.
Hmm.
So we'll
That is
see.
the
We'll see in a few years. I might be wrong. We'll see in a few years, you know?
yeah, exactly. So it's
So
a
yeah.
very nice to talk to you, and I feel that I just align my things with you in a very deep way, and I could be able to just know about many things to deliver my candidates, and I could be able to deliver your candidates, and it will be very
Yeah.
fruitful that if I could connect you in future ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like being connected is great, and keeping in touch also is great, because I'm sure like we could definitely organize, I don't know, live events and things like
Yeah.
that so that we can talk to people, mix our audiences, you
Yeah,
know, it would be
I
lovely.
some of the like things I have, and I will definitely find for you that as I have the digital classrooms, so I will obviously find one of the time by which you could connect to the Indian English learners.
Oh yeah, sure. Like to chat with them, it would be lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Why
exactly.
not? Why
They will
not? We could.
love to connect with you.
Yeah, and you know, like one interesting thing, you know, as I said, I work a lot with people in tech and IT,
Hmm.
and and they always deal with people from India, of course,
Hmm.
because like
Hmm.
India, as I said, is big in tech,
Hmm.
and there is always this kind of struggle. Yeah, so they say, for example,
Hmm.
Indian accent is hard for me to get.
Hmm.
I said, well, it's not hard. It's just that the music is different, you know. So we need to find a way to fine tune that. So yeah, that would be also an interesting point, you know, like connecting my audience with Indian
Yep.
English speakers. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. There is a lot of possibility. There are a lot of
Yeah,
possibilities,
exactly.
opportunities there.
They
Absolutely.
love to connect, and they will love
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let's
Okay,
try
then,
that. Why not?
Daniel. So let's add up, and then we'll connect soon. And I hope that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you want to know? Do you want to discuss anything else?
No, I think I got a clear picture, and it was nice to
Connect.
find
Yeah,
like
exactly. Same.
the other
Likewise.
side of the world, but finding so many points in
This is the
common. You
art of
even have a
language.
plan.
This is the art of language that we could connect from
Exactly.
anywhere of the world, and we can just discuss
Yeah.
anything, whatever we want, and whatever is in our heart.
Absolutely. And you have a plant and I have a plant. So you
Yeah,
see.
exactly. We both have a plan behind it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Daniel, nice to
So,
talk to you a lot, and we'll definitely connect with you.
absolutely. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Maaz.
so much.
It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.